Alright guys, today we are going to talk about counter steering. And why are we going to talk about counter steering? Because it's very important, and newer riders don't know anything about counter steering because no one told them. No one told me. I didn't know what it was at one time, but I realized that that's what you do. Counter steering comes into effect above 10 miles an hour or so. I find it's more like 12 miles an hour. And what it is, without giving you all the frilly technical terms, right? Anything rolling wants to stay upright. Okay, you understand that. I'll try to insert a picture of a wheel right here rolling all by itself. You know, you ever seen a wheel of those come off the car and just roll? It keeps going. Counter steering is right here. It's pushing. Push. See, I pushed left to go right. See how simple that was? And the reason this works is simple. When your motorcycle is in motion and you push to the... This is what can confuse people. They're telling you to push. Or they're telling you to push. They're telling you to push left to go right. What they mean is just pushing. You're sort of pushing like this, see? Every time I push, I push, see how the motorcycle's moving? Alright, I'm not turning the motorcycle like that. I'm pushing. It's much easier to push. So you push to go back, push. This is not me leaning, this is me pushing. You see the difference? Now leaning comes into effect in the whole process of counter steering also. But where people get in trouble at is new riders will get on a bike and they'll be riding it and they're just riding. They get to a confidence level very quickly to where they're going pretty fast. If you're coming into a curve, let's see if I can find a curve up here. If you're coming into a curve and you were trying to turn the bike, let's say your curve is going to the right, and if you're with your left hand, you're turning right this way, right? All right, I want to go to the right. If you want to go to the right and you're pushing right, the bike will go to your left. You see it going to the left over here? Look, I'm going straight. Now I'm pushing with my left hand, like I'm turning. All right, see where I'm going? The opposite effect will always happen with a wheel. All right, look, here's a curve, right? Push to the right, lean, that's where the bike goes. See how simple that was? Push, lean, go. All right, let's make this left-hand turn up here. All right, and it's gonna be a slow speed left-hand turn. But look, I'm pushing with my left hand. Did you see how that worked? It's very simple. Counter steering, done with your fingers. That's all it's done. Now you will see people in the midst of a curve, and a lot of times this happens when a newer biker is going at a certain rate of speed that may be uncomfortable for them, and this is when it turns deadly. And you've probably had this happen to yourself some point in your life. You're going into a curve, 30, 40, 50, 60 mile an hour curve, whatever it is, and as a new biker, you're not counter steering, and the whole way through that turn you will find that you're trying to hug the curb on the inside. But if you're turning with your left hand instead of counter steering, the bike is drifting across the lane like this. You're wanting to go this way, but the bike is drifting this way. And if you're not controlling your speed, you will drift right across the center line into oncoming traffic and die. That's where your video will end, because you just had a head-on collision with a semi-truck. Now that's sad, right? We don't want that to happen. So always think counter steering. As you come to be more of a rider, you will realize that it becomes second nature with confidence. But getting to the confidence level by itself could be a hazard to your health. Now, that really applies to the heavier bikes. I mean, really, you can't try to turn something that weighs 1,000 pounds if you don't know how to turn it, right? You see a lot of accidents, a lot of slow speed accidents. Counter steering is a time when you can have those accidents very easily. So, go out and practice counter steering. All it is pushing. Push right, push left, turn right. Push right, turn left. It's just that simple. It isn't even a matter of when you think of pushing, you think of push, right? Push. But it's not just pushing here. You can be pushing down, right? Correct? You push down and you move. You push down and you move. Now, every set of handlebars is different. If they're really low handlebars, it's still the same process, but it's pushing. Applying pressure, going that way. If this has been helpful, be sure and like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day. Push to the right with your left hand. Push to the left with your right hand. You see how that works? Simple, easy peasy.